Good morning all. Welcome to Vignan University. Myself, I am K. Kiran Kumar, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering of Vignan's Foundation for Science, Technology and Research. Today in this video, I am going to demonstrate about the concept of functions. In that the sub-concept is recursion. So I am going to cover the concept of recursive functions. So in this video, we are going to cover what is a recursive function, how we have to write the programs related to recursive functions and how we need this. These topics I am going to cover in the today's unit. So before going into the concept of recursive functions, first of all we have to know why we need this recursive function. First of all we have to know what is a function. It is nothing but set of instructions that we can write within the body of the function in order to execute specific task. Okay, so whatever the statements we will write within the functions that we have already discussed in introduction to functions. So why we need this recursive function? That thing I will tell you. First of all, what is the definition of recursive function is a function which is called itself. A function that is called itself is called as a recursive function. A function may calling itself either directly or indirectly, that is called as a function, recursive function. Sometimes one function will call another function, that is function call, that we have discussed in previous session. Sometimes the function calling itself that is called as a recursive function. That means a function that is called from the function definition is also called as a recursive function. So the process which is used a function by calling itself, that process is called as a recursion and the function is called as a recursive function. Okay, so we will see one example here why we need this particular recursive function. In order to process the recursive function, we have to take some care related to recursive functions. What is that I will tell you. First of all, you go through the program here, main function. I am writing the main function here. In that I am writing one statement called printf. Start. After that I have written another statement called main function. After that again I have written one statement called stop. I want to display here stop. So these are the three statements I have written within the main function. Consider if you write any function, in order to execute those functions, compiler or operating system will allocate some memory in the stack, that is called as stack memory. So whenever a function is defined, in background one memory will be allocated in order to execute the functions. Okay, whenever if you want to execute all the statements within a function, the memory will be allotted in the stack. That memory is called as a method space or frame for the function. For example, consider in stack memory, this is the main function. So in main method space has created, this is called frame, how the memory will be allocated. So in that what I have written, so suppose this is the memory allocated for the main method space. Okay, in that what I have written, printf first statement start. So this for this statement some memory will be allocated. Okay, after that again what I have written, again I am written main functions. So within this particular function again I am calling the same function. Whenever a function call is made, again this function another method space will be created. So consider this is the another method space for this function. Okay, again in this I have written printf start, again main, again I have called again the main function, that is called recursion. Again another method space will be created for another main. Okay, again I have written printf start. Okay, again I have called main function. So it goes on like creation of so many method space. So the control is moving from this to this, again the control moving from this to this, again the control is moving forward to create all the method spaces for the main function. So it is continuously going on for creating the method space. Up to some time how many method space it will, the memory will be allotted for that particular function, that method space will be created, but after some time memory is not available to create the number of method space. Why? Because it is continuously going on, the control is continuously going on to the function called main. So many method space it will create. After some time it doesn't have any memory, so it will create one error called runtime error. Why? Because memory is not sufficient, memory is not available, so it returns an error called runtime error. Your program will terminate abnormally. So why I have tell this situation is, so it starts first statement execution. When it go for the second statement, again for the execution of second statement, always it creates the method space. The control is moving only forward direction. The control doesn't have any chance to return back to this particular third step. To execute the third step, the control doesn't have any chance to return back to execute the third statement. Why? Because always the second statement is creating the number of method spaces. So many n number of method spaces it will create. How much memory it will be allotted, up to that memory it will create the method spaces. But here there is no chance for control to go back to the execution of third statement. So this is the disadvantage of recursive functions. That means we have to little bit take care about while you are using the recursive function. So what I am going to tell means, if you are using the recursive functions, the function is calling itself, the control in which way the control is moving forward direction, again the control has to come back backward direction and it has to execute the remaining statements also. In that way you have to define the recursive functions. Okay, so for that purpose the main example program related to recursive functions is finding the factorial of a given number. Okay, so I am going to tell the example program related to recursion, that is finding the factorial of a given number. Okay, so we can see the example program here, how this. So this is the example program. First of all, any program you have to write hash include header file. After that this is the function protocol that I will tell you. Okay, after that I have written the main function. Whenever you have written the main function, the method space will be created for the main function. Operating system will create method space for the main function. After that, what I have written, I have taken n variable and res. N is the which number you want to find the factorial of a given number, whether is it 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. So that number I am going to store in n, and result means I want to calculate the result value. So for example, my number is 4. What is the factorial of a 4? 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, that is 12 into 2 into 1, that is 24. So the 24 I want to print with the help of res, that's why I have named it as a res. It is a result, that means the factorial of a given number. After that, what I have written, printf, it has to ask for the enter a given number. So I will give, it will ask for the enter a given number, and I will give, suppose consider my n value is 4. Okay, so that will be stored in the n. So consider my n value is 4. Okay, so after that, what I have written, consider my n value is 4. After that, what I have written, I have called one function that is called factorial of num. I have called one function called factorial. So I want to calculate the factorial of a given number. That factorial process and logic I have written in another function, and I am calling that function in the main function. Okay, so this is about function calling. So here we are calling the function call, that is factorial. So whenever you have called that function, the particular call by value process is executed here. Here I am calling the factorial function and I am passing the n value here. N value means, what is n value? That is 4. So I am passing 4 to the factorial. Okay, so whenever I make a call, that function the control will go to that particular function. So this is the function. So here I am calling the function factorial, and I have passed 4, so it will receive 4. It is call by value, you know that the process. Okay, so this function receives a number and it will store it in the n value. So n value, consider it is a 4. Then what I have written, I have written the logic. Here I have taken another variable res, and I am considering, for example, I have to, we have to find out the factorial of a given number. For example, if the number is 0 will also have a factorial value 1. So for that condition, I am for checking the condition. If the given number is 0, then what it has to print? It has to print 1. Okay, it has to return 1. So it has to return 1. If n value is 0, it has to return 1. Where it has to return? Who calls this particular function? It has to return that function only. So if it is n value 0, that means it has to return 1 to this particular main function. So here it will return 1. Okay, so it will receive 1. Okay, so for example, if the number is not 0, then else condition I have written. What I have written? Else return. It has to return something. What? It is the formula for calculating the factorial of a given number, that is n into factor of n minus 1. So here n, consider 4 into factorial. Again this function calling itself. This function is calling itself. This is called recursion. Hope you understand. Okay, here the function factorial, again it is calling same function, that is called recursion. So here what will happen? Factorial of 4 minus 1 means, that is factorial of 4 minus 1 means, factorial of 4 minus 1, that is 3. So here it will be having 3, factorial of 3. Okay, so again factorial of 3 means, again the n value will become from 4 to, now again this function is calling, this means n value 4 will be arranged, now it will become 3. Now what will happen? 4 into, again n value means 3 into, again factor of n value 3 minus 1, that is nothing but, now it becomes 2, 3 minus 1 2. Now again we are calling factorial of 2, again it will come to here. What is the n value now? 2. So n value will become 2 now. Now if n value 2 means 2 is double equal to 0, if condition is failed, so it will go for else condition only. Okay, again 4 into 3 into, that means 2, here n value is 2 into, again factorial of n minus 1, 2 minus 1 means 1, again it will return this particular n value here, again the n value will become here n value will become 1 now. 1 means, so again 1 equal to 0, no, again it will go for the return statement. He return n into, again 4 into 3 into 2 into, next n into 1 into factorial of 1 minus 1, that is nothing but factor of 0. Here again it will come from 0, now n value becomes 0. Again I am checking the condition. If n value is 0, what it has to return? It has to return 1. So here else part will not be executed, if will be executed. So 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 into, again factor of 0 means the value is 1. So 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 into 1. What is the value here? 24. 24 will be returned from this function to where? So here it will take the 24. So in the main function, from the called function, a factorial function, it returns 24, that will be stored in the result, and I am printing the result here with the help of printf statement in the main function. So in this way we have to find out the factorial of a given number. Okay, again I am telling how to find this particular factorial of a given number. Please go through the logic. Okay, for example, consider if my number is 4. Okay, if my number is 4, so whenever I have called factorial function in the main function, whenever I call factorial function in the main function, so this particular value will be passed to here n. Okay, so consider n value. So whenever a main function is defined, okay, in main function I have passed n value as 4. Okay, consider n value as 4. Okay, so it will return the n value here. So consider here what I have written, I have called fact of 4. Okay, so here n value will be passed from main function to which function it will pass? Factorial. So this is the factorial method space. Okay, so method space. What I have written in that I have written, so it will take n value 4. Okay, it will here n value will become 4 now. N value will become 4 now. What I have written in that, if in that condition, if 4 double equal to 0, is 4 double equal to 0? No. Then what I have written, this part cannot be executed, else part will be executed. Else part what we have written, so n into, that is 4 into factorial of 4 minus 1, that is 4 minus 1 means fact of 3. So again we are calling the same function. So here we are calling the same function means for this function again another method space will be created. So here now consider this is the method space for another function. Here n value is 3, that is fact of 3. Now consider again my n value is 3 double equal to 0. Again I am writing if 3 double equal to 0. No, again if condition is failed, then it will go for else condition. What we have written? Written n into, again now n value is 3 into fact of 3 minus 1, that is 2. Okay, so now when we have called this particular function, again the fact of 2, another method space will be created for factorial. Now n value is, consider it is 2. So I am going to calculate here fact of 2 here. Okay, so after that again it will ask for if condition. It will go for if condition. If now n value is 2 double equal to 0. No, again it will go for else block. What we have written here? Now n value is 2 into fact of 2 minus 1, that is nothing but 1, fact of 1. So 2 into 2 minus 1 means it is nothing but fact of 1. Okay, so fact of 1 means, again I am writing, you may get little bit confusion. So again I am writing here 2 into fact of 2 minus 1 means fact of 1. Again we are calling the same function. Now another method space will be created. Now consider here another method space. This is for fact of 1. Now consider n value is 1 now. So again consider if n value, if 1 double equal to 0, 1 is a 0? No. Again else part will be done. Else what we have written? 1 into fact of 1 minus 1, that is 0. Again we have called the same function, but now the value of n is 0. Again this purpose another method space will be created. Okay, now n value, this is the fact of 0 I am calculating. Okay, what happened? N 0 double equal to 0. Now condition is true. Now if condition is true, else part will be, else part cannot be executed. So what I have written is if return 1. Okay, where it has to return 1? Where it has to return 1? Who called this function? From where the control is coming? So this function is called by this function. So the 1 will be returned to here only. So here the value is 1. Okay, so 1 into 1, what will happen? 1 into 1, so result equal to 1. So I have to return from this function again 1. So from return to this function, where, who called this function? This function has called. So from this, what is the value here? What is returning value from here? 1. Okay, so now res equal to 2 into 1. So return again res. What is the value? 2 into 1? 2. Okay, from this function, what is the return value? 2. 2 will be controlled back to where? 2 will be given to where? This function is called by this function is called. So this function is called by this function. So whatever the return value is coming, it has to return to this function only. So it returns 2. Now what is the value here? 2. So now res equal to, again res equal to 3 into 2. What is the value? 6. So I am returning 6 here. Return 6. From where to this has to return? Again this function is called by this one. So the 6 will be returned to here only. So here the value will become 6. Now res equal to 4 into 6. That means 24. So it will return how much? 24 it will be returned. Okay. So which function it has to return? The main function. The main function is called this particular function. So 24 will be returned to where? 24 will be returned to main function. So what we have written in this function? What is the value here? 24 will be stored in the result. And what I have written in the main function? Printf factorial of a given number is 24. So it will print 24. So what we have to observe in this program means the control will be moving forward direction in order to execute all method spaces of all the functions, factorial function. In the same way, the control will be back to return the values. So which the function is called, in the same way it has to it has to move backward. That is called as a recursion concept. Okay, so what you have to understand means, so here the control is forwarding from main function to factorial function in different ways. So initially the n value 4, one method space will be created, n value is 3, another method space, n value is 2, another method space, n value is 1, another method space, n value is 0, another method space. Here it will stop. Why? Because the condition is true. Whenever the condition is true, it will return the value to which function which is called itself. Okay, here this function is called by this one, so the value is written from here. Here this function is called from this function, so here the value is written to this function. Again this function is called by this function, so whatever the value is there, it has to return this function. Again this function is called by this function, so the value is written from here to here. Again the function is called by main function, so the value is written from here to here. So in this way the control will be moving from forward direction and as well as the backward direction in order to execute the recursive functions. So what I am going to convey is, the recursion concept is nothing but a function calling itself from the function definition. Here the function name is factorial. Again the function is calling itself only. Here the function name is also factorial. We know sometimes one function will call another function. Suppose main function is calling factorial function, that is a function call. But whenever a function is calling itself, that is called as a recursive function, and that process is called as a recursion. So this is the example of factorial of a given number, finding the factorial of a given number using recursion. Okay, so initially the n value is 4, after that we have created so many method spaces. Here the control is moving forward direction, again the control is moving in the backward direction in order to execute the remaining statements. So this is the process of recursive functions. Okay, so whatever the statement you have taken, that will be processed in the recursive function with the help of control moving from forward direction to as well as backward direction. Okay, so here my number is 4, so I have checked all the conditions. After that it will return the value 24, and that 24 will be forwarded to this sphere, and after that I have printed factorial of 4 is what is the result value? 24. Okay, so in this way we have to create the method spaces, and we have to observe the logic while we are dealing with the recursive function. So the main important point in recursive function is creation of method spaces and creating the logic. Okay, so an important point is, whatever the control is forwarding in order to create the method spaces in recursive function, in the same way it has to be backward to execute the remaining statements. That is a main important point in the recursive functions. So finally my conclusion is, recursion is nothing but a function is calling itself, or a function is calling its own from its own function definition, that is called as a recursive function, and that process is called as a recursion. So this is about the recursion concept. Okay, so thank you. If you had any doubts, please make a call or make a mail to me, and thank you very much. Have a nice day.